Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Aries, it has been a bit since I've been doing these readings because my boy has been sick, but he's all well and fine now, back at daycare. I just want to say how these things gets organized. It's just amazing. I just recently found out. I thought it was going to be full moon later this month. I don't know why. And then I really had trouble sleeping last night, feeling really like upbeat, and I haven't been doing that for the last couple of full moons. So I was really surprised when I found out it's actually full moon today, and we have full moon in your sign. So you can never like plan these things. The signs has worked out so that I've been doing them when I've been doing them, and then it turns out I'm gonna do your sign on the day of the full moon in your sign. So Aries moon, like whoever has their moon in Aries is also going to be like extra strengthened today. So with that said, we're going to have an overall energy, look into the overall energy here first, and then just go deeper and deeper into the message to see if you want to come to the extended. I also started this new page, Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that is it's down in the description box. I love everything about it, and it's just it's a donation page, and I just adore it. So Aries, mid-October until mid-November, basically. The owl, follow your intuition. The owl to me is the wisest bird ever. The owl just speaks about wisdom, about doing what feels right and doing what feels instinctively, like just the animal kingdom just always does what they instinctively knows how to do, or like it just comes natural to them. They don't question or analyze or anything. Their instinct is telling them this is the way that we should do this. And excuse me, I just feel like there's something about don't fuss like a lot around it. Don't walk in circles around things right now. Just go where your instinct is telling you to go. So we're gonna go deeper and see what this is about, why this is here. The owl is a wise bird, and it might just be that, like, listen to that inner wisdom of yours at this point, and then later listen to right now listen to the wisdom, and later listen to whatever feels stupid. Always listen to your inner wisdom, obviously, but there's something extra heightened right now. So why is this here for Aries, please? For this full moon. Owl. First card out is oh my god, more owls. Loyal heart. We have 3 owls here. Jeez, is there another card that we want to have? Doesn't really feel like it, so I'm not gonna push it. Loyal heart. Wow. So now this I love how it's the overall energy, but as we go deeper into the message, the first card just becomes more and more clear. You think you know what it's about, but then you sort of figure out that no, you don't. First and foremost, I see all these moon cycles here, all these different moons here. So they are paying attention to the fact that it is a full moon. A full moon is that when everything comes together, we have this big, like, it's and as I start to talk about this, my heart chakra actually starts to talk as well. I'm getting sort of almost activated. It's not just my heart, it's the whole chakra. So there's something moving forward right now. You're very much coming from your heart, and you're very much being activated is what I'm feeling. You're being activated in your heart center quite a bit. It hurts. It doesn't hurt, but it, like, if you have had this sensation before, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, it doesn't really, it's not a pain, but it's not, but you feel that it's like something is pulsating. It's almost like if you were to practice like working out a muscle and the day after you're sore because you know, like you've been working out. And it's the same thing as like when we've been working out with the heart, you're actually feeling the training for it. You're feeling this is an upgrade though. This is an activation, I have to say. So there's something there with opening of the moon cycles coming, that we are around the full moon, something coming to a close, coming full circle. You've been working towards something, and this is like the final party, the final crescendo, the final moment where sort of everything is just coming together, if that makes sense. And I love so much that we have the owl there. It's the owl card that is so much about wisdom, but it's about you becoming the owl, you having the owl's perspective, you having the owl's wisdom, you're having the owl's 360-degree vision, like taking in all perspectives in this moment in your life. And as you're becoming the owl, you're also attracting whatever is owl material, if that makes sense. So if there's a friend owl that is just like, if there's a friend that is just really on the same frequency level as you are, if there's a romantic partner, because this is very much like we have love hearts around here as well. If this is a coworker, if this is a it can be like parents and children as well. Like you're drawing in whoever is on the same page as you, owl-wise. And I didn't mean to have the pun there, but that actually turned out really good. Owl-wise. So loyal heart, I will read that out to you. I love, there's so much owl energy here. And it's like the more wise you become, the more wisdom you attract through other relationships. You're gonna see starting to see more like co-workers, people in business. You want to do business with people that are on the same page as you are. Maybe not just when it's this is coming through really strongly. There's something about, okay, so sometimes maybe you go to work. Sometimes maybe you go to work. People sometimes do that. And you see certain people, and that's that. You see them in the coffee room. I call it a coffee room. I don't know what to call it. And you just have that in common. You have whatever you're doing on the desk in front of you, or whatever the work is. You have that in common, and you have talking about this coffee and this coffee break in common. That's what you have in common. But then when you go home, you are a different species. It's like you couldn't be further away from the coworkers. Like maybe sometimes even you hear yourself say, no, I can't say that to my coworkers. They would flip out if they knew what I do like in my spare time. This is like when you're starting to attract people, and it can be vice versa. Like you start to attract people in business that you have business in common, but it's sort of not enough for you anymore. It's like it feels like you can't just bring 15% of yourself and do the business, if that makes sense. And then do the math here now. And then 75% sort of always has to stay hidden because you don't have that in common. This is going to flip. Like you're going to start to attract people where on camera, off camera, on site, off site, on the job, off the job, same people. Like it doesn't matter if you go out on a coffee break or you go like out to lunch or at nighttime, you really are sort of showing up as your full self. They're not going to fall off the chair because they're the same people. You're going to start to attract the people that are so much more the same as you, not just when it comes to work, but like all of you, if that makes sense. And the same thing goes like vice versa. If there's a person, like you feel like you're so connected to a person, like on a friend level or like as a romantic partner, but then it's like, but then when it comes to your job, you never really been able to talk about what you do for a living, because it's like, okay, we have this and it's really beautiful. I can spend time with my friends, but what I do for a living, I just can never talk with them about that. Or if you had a romantic partner in the past, it feels like you really separated like home life and work life. So it's like I have this really strong foundation with my romantic partner or with my friend base, but we really don't start to discuss what I'm doing for a living because it doesn't match. That's going to turn as well. It feels like you're all inclusive now. You're bringing all of you to the table, and because you're bringing all of you to the table, the cards also are turning. Then all of the owls are turning up. It's a beautiful match. And I was told to read out the books. I will. 35, Loyal Heart. I also feel like I want to say like this time, I don't know if you hear that. Maybe I should close the window. It's really windy outside. There's something about this time. This time you won't be let down. Or this time, I mean, I'm the first person to say, look at why you're attracting certain people into your life. Are you constantly being disappointed in people? Maybe look a little bit at yourself. But this is like, I want to say, you're doing the right things here. You're playing the right cards. You're really coming out of this very wise owl person, and you're starting to attract people accordingly, or attract relationships accordingly. And I just want to say, you're not going to be disappointed this time. You're not going to be let down this time. There's something about what you see is what you get. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised by people. 35. 32. I don't know if that's something. Okay. Because I was just looking at this number and it said 29. And I read it out and I was like, 29. No, like it didn't register 29. That's not 35. I know it's not 35, but it's like I don't have. It was a weird glitch there for a bit in my brain. Like for a moment there, I didn't know what reference that was to 35. Like 29. What does that mean? I don't know if that's something that you are finding lately. That like trying to find names, and although like going to your typical like go-to and the name would appear, it just doesn't happen anymore. Or if somebody tells you a name and you know you should know this person, you should know this name, but it's like however much you try to think, it's like it doesn't come back. That can be a little bit like of an erasing part of our identity right now. Like we're letting go of so much stuff that it's just not serving us anymore, that we can sort of start to lose it a little bit. And that's nothing to be afraid of. It's just, it's a change. It's an inner DNA change for sure going on. It's a little bit weird when it happens. It's like 29 and I don't know what to make of it. What do I do with 29? 35, Loyal Heart. Essential meaning of this card is fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. The Oracle's message. I need to do this. It's getting dark in here. The Oracle's message is saying, evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Yes. Others will prove that they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. So no matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith. For you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Relationship message, because it feels a lot about relationships here, so I'm going to read it out. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships, yeah, basically all of them that we talked about, all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? ? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. And then we have prosperity message. Your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. So that's what I'm saying with the full moon aspect of it as well, that whatever you've been working on for a while, moving forward, whether it's a business, whether it's relationships, whatever that is, diet regime, something you're on yourself, like there's something you've been working towards, and we're now starting to see, we're coming full circle in it, and we're starting to see the light of the fruition of it. And it says the same thing here. Your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of spirit. Your manifesting partner. So, yeah, very much about attracting, like attracts like, same birds with the same feather flock together. Birds with the same feather flock together. Is that more fitting with the owl? So there's going to be people showing up in your life right now where you can totally trust, and they're on the same page. You're sharing so much more than just, if it's a romantic partnership, you can share your work side with the romantic partnership. If it's a work side, you can start to share with like coworkers what you're doing on your home front. It's like you're becoming more transparent in everything that you do. It's not just, you're not boxed in places anymore. It's like you're starting to become transparent through it all. Just a little bit of a clarification here. For sure. So we have suffering in silence, and then we have sacrifice. So I feel like you've been quite alone. Probably if you've been living a double life, like if you're like a James Bond or Spider-Man or whatever. I don't know if that was like good references, but it's like if you felt like you led a double life, like you have to think about what you're saying. You have to think about like who you're with. Does my friend really understand the full version of me? Does my romantic partner really understand the full version of me? Am I ever going to meet friends or romantic partners that understand the full version of me? Same goes for like, yeah, I'm at this job and I do this job, but do they really understand the full version of me? So that can become quite lonely because you're isolating a part of you that you never show. So it's not like you feel isolated and alone all the time, but when you don't sort of come clear or come clean fully with who you are, it can be quite lonesome sometimes. And now you're like, yeah, it might not be so much to sacrifice. I know it sounds horrible to say, but it might not be such a big sacrifice. It feels like as this lonely path is now sort of ebbing out because you're coming into this very owl-like energy and attracting like-minded people. The sacrifice is to get out of certain relationships. It might even be that you're leaving a job because there's going to be like, you're going to be at a job where all of you fit. You're going to be in a romantic partnership where all of you fit, and you're going to have friends where you can share all of yourself. And instead of feeling like you need to sort of muzzle yourself, you're going to be inspired. You're going to be lifted to the next level. And as you get up higher to the next level, the rainbow there, so beautiful, you might sacrifice a friend or two, and you might sacrifice your job. But I would argue and say, it's at the end of the day, that's not a sacrifice. That is just you following where you most fit frequency wise right now. I'm going to move this into the extension and see what else I can find here for you in terms of, I think we have everything on the table. friends, romantic partnerships, business coworkers, wherever you're going right now, it seems like. So if you feel like you're resonating with this first part, you're so welcome to the extension. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you back soon, guys. Happy full moon, everyone. Bye.